I was married at the age of 24. It was a love marriage. 6 months into the marriage, I realized my husband was not normal. He was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I had to wear long sleeves to cover my bruises and go back to my parents and act normal. Food blogging is not about free food. It's about a passion. Whatever was happening in my life, I had to fight depression through food. I will never ask for sympathy. We can never ask for sympathy. We are empowered. We are the strongest. Life never ends. Discover yourself. Discover your life and you will love it. Giving up is never an option. Standing at the edge of the roof, I decided to take the leap of life. I survived. Hi, this is Chatterjee, food blogger, influencer, and brand strategist. And this is my story. My story about survival, about food, and about so many things. I was married at the age of 24. It was a love marriage, but middle class family. We are not supposed to know our people or boyfriend before that. 6 months into the marriage, I realized my husband was not normal. He was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and for 9 years, I fought for him. I fought for my survival as well. I went to asylum. I took him to doctors. It was a very tough journey. Yes, it was a tough journey. I couldn't tell it to my parents for 9 long years. And it is then that I turned to food. Food to fight my depression. He didn't believe in cooking, home cooking. He doubted, he suspected. Therefore, I had to bring food from outside. As I ate, I started to learn about the taste, about flavors, and food became a passion. I started cooking which was not like the Bengali household food, something different. I started to discover spices, I started to discover new kind of food. And throughout the journey, yes, there was trauma, there was times when he dragged me from one floor to another, and I had to wear long sleeves to cover my bruises and go back to my parents and act normal. Then after 9 years, on an insistence of a very good friend who said that you have the right to live, I decided to give life a chance, to give myself a chance. It was a journey from being somebody's daughter, somebody's wife, to being Luna Chatterjee. It was very tough. Trust me, toughest journey. A woman who is separated, divorced, is not considered to be good. And obviously, there were fingers pointed. But I had to survive. My then boyfriend got bitten in my own neighborhood, and it was continuous. There were times I couldn't even walk my own known roads. All the people who were uncles who were known to me, they turned strangers. But again, food. Food helped me to survive. Food, I time and again went back to food. I time and again went back writing about food. It was then, at that time, with my then boyfriend, I opened a food group. The idea was to take people out, to eat out together, and to enjoy life. Whatever was happening in my life, I had to fight depression through food. And it was something that never betrayed me. We ate out, we found Food Lovers United. That's the group. And then I started to find my own page, which was called Madly Food Lover. And then I discovered there was a app, food app, where you could review restaurants, you can write about restaurants, and there was a ranking system. So one fine day I saw that and I told Ma, give me 6 months. I will be climbing up the ladder. I was 39 then, and people would tend to say, my friends, their children were growing up. I had no children. So obviously I was even at one point of time, one of my friends called me barren. I told you it's never an easy journey. Then again, food. Therefore, full time, not only teaching, eating, and writing about food. I decided to write, and within that 6 months, I told you, within that 6 months, I was among the first 10 in Kolkata. And then I started getting offers to review a place, to go to a restaurant, invitations to go to a restaurant and to eat and write. It was something totally new. I never knew that you could be invited to a place and you could write about food. I started writing about food, and then Facebook came with a new option which was called live. And I started showing my audience what it feels to be inside any good hotel, any good restaurant, and what festivals were going on. And at one time I was even called Live Luna. And then disaster struck. My father was diagnosed with cancer. Again, fight. And food aside, I started fighting. Yes, I fought. But obviously I lost my father. And my ma couldn't take it. She was going through a psychological trauma. And being the lone daughter, I decided to fight and decided to take Ma to a new journey, to empower her, to tell her that there is a life beyond all this. And I was at the same time empowering myself also. I was invited by Bengal Chamber of Commerce to do foodpreneur. What is foodpreneurs? Foodpreneurs was a award ceremony, and they gave me the freedom to do the foodpreneur, to ideate it, to reach out to the people, to formulate everything. And it was a new step for me. And then again, I started taking new leap. I got a chance to do a weekly show for a radio telling about food. And then again, I was invited by different radio stations, by different platforms to talk about food, to talk about my journey. Why I have never divulged much about my personal life, because I thought I was only growing. At that time, if I came out with my story, it would be like I was asking for sympathy. No, I will never ask for sympathy. We can never ask for sympathy. We are empowered. We are the strongest, and therefore, it's not about sympathy. Now I'm telling the story because I want all of you, yes, you out there, I know you are there. There is nothing called end. There is nothing called death. Death will come. We are all mortals. But before that, there is a life. And life always gives chances. Take that chance and try to live. Try to discover yourself. Try to discover beyond being a daughter, beyond being a wife, beyond being any other identity. You have your identity, and you can find it through anything. When I started my food career, I was 39. I'm going to be 45, and I have decided to start a new career of being a brand strategist. Presently, I'm looking after a hotel, and it's my baby. Though I don't have my baby, I have given birth to so many. As a teacher, I have taught so many students. And when they come back and say that you have empowered us, you inspire us, that's my biggest achievement. Whatever I was telling so far, they're not scripted. Reality. Yes, sometimes reality is like a cinema. And yes, why not? Cinemas are influenced by our lives, and therefore we need to live. We have to tell our story. Today I am telling you my story. You can also tell your story. And now let me come back to food blogging and food influencing. What is the difference between a blogger and an influencer? Let's tell. A blogger must have a blog. I have a blog which is known as by the same name, Madly Food Lover, like my page. But I write less. Influencer is when you can influence people to go and try a food, or try a new place. That's influencing. I've heard people tell so much about all the social media platforms. What a waste of time, what a bad place to be. No. Whatever I have achieved, I have used the social media platforms. You can always use social media platforms to reach out to the largest audience, to tell your story, to climb up, to tell about food. Yes. And food bloggers, all the aspiring food bloggers who are out there, I request you and I tell you first, I want to tell you something. Food blogging is not about free food. It's about a passion. It's about your love for food. It's about understanding the different flavors. It's about interacting with those different owners, different people who are behind the scenes, trying to understand their story. And I've seen many people eating somewhere for the first time or maybe once, didn't like the food, write about it. No. We as bloggers, as a community, we must be responsible bloggers. Why responsible? Because in our home also, sometimes our ma also makes bad food. We can tell her that, Ma, আজকের খাবারটা ভালো হয়নি. That's what we tell. And similarly, we can tell the restaurants also what we don't like. And then if doesn't happen, we can write about it. Food blogging is, if you ask me, can that be a profession? Yes. I have been teaching for 25 long years. And then I decided to sideline that profession and enter into this profession, which is about food. Yet, yes, you can earn through writing about food, but I told you business aspect. It is all about business. Therefore, obviously, you need to show them the brighter side. You need to give them business. If then only you can earn through it. And all those people out there, all those ladies out there who are my age, these white hairs are not dyed. These are real. Life never ends. Discover yourself. Discover your life and you will love it. And it's never too late to find a new profession, to find a new you. And as a Bengali, what I have always told myself, নিজেকে ভালোবাসো. You have to love yourself. Then only you can love others. My partner presently, who is also a fashion designer, so I found him through food. Yes, we connected through food. I remembered how we have gone to a restaurant and we ended up eating a huge platter, and the restaurant owner, who was like a brother, told me, I never imagined that two people can finish so much. Therefore, love for food can take you to new levels. Love for food can help you to find life, can help you to find love. And not only food, life is beautiful. It can help you discover. And I'm thankful to all those people who had stood with me throughout that journey. There is never, I have heard that people say when they have gone through so much in life, they start hating men. No. There is nothing called hating anybody. You can't hate. Yes, my ex-husband was bipolar. That's what was. You can always address mental health issues. There is so little that is known about mental health issues. You must understand. All those young people who are in love, understand each other. Then take the leap. And all those out there, all those of my age, never give up hope. There is always hope. And I remember how my best friend also inspired me to live life. Find that inspiration. Find that person who can inspire you to say, Don't give up. Always live. And then try to find that inspiration. It can be food, it can be singing, it can be anything. But never give up. Giving up is never an option. You can always rise above everything. I have started discovering a new thing, brand strategizing. I will start writing a new thing, and my motto in life is, at the end of the life, I want to write my biography. I think everybody has such an aim, such a target in life. And so, if I would have taken the leap towards death that day, I could have never been standing over here. I couldn't have told my story, my food journey story, and another person who inspired me whenever I thought that I started my food journey at the age of 39 was Colonel Saunders, if I've pronounced the title properly. He founded KFC at the age of 65. So, till the last day, till life bids adieu to us, we are all mortal. Never give up. Live life, enjoy life, and don't forget to eat. Because eating is a passion. Like me, I know there are so many people out there. There are people who are brilliant cooks every day who cook at your home. Start writing about that. Start writing what you are cooking. And then you can find yourself, a new yourself. Find yourself, inspire others. Thank you so much.